Hi there, Miss K here for your trumpet lesson. So let's see, what shall we do today? Always a good idea to start with some scales because they help to warm up the lips, focus the mind, get your fingers and your tongue and everything moving at the same time. Also get all these notes under your fingers so that they are there for when they turn up in a tune. Now we're looking at the grade 1 scales. I know you don't have this book, but I've given you the sheet with these scales on them. So we've looked at Dorian on A, and we have looked at C Mixolydian with the B flat and F major, and how they're basically the same scale with the notes in a different order. What I'm going to do today is look at the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic. And if you can't find your sheet, it will be on the in the music activity zone with all the other PDFs. So C major pentatonic on your sheet, it's very like C major scale. If you've got your sheet, have a look at it. It goes C, D, E, G, A, C, and then it comes down again. So which notes are missing? There are some notes missing from our normal scale. So notes 1, 2 and 3, just exactly the same. C, D, E, no F. F has been taken out. Jump up to G and then A, and then also B has been taken away. So we're left with how many notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't count the top C because we count 5 notes. Why am I calling it 5-note scale? Look at the name of it. It's a pentatonic scale, and as you know from maths, a pentagon is a 5-sided shape. A pentatonic scale, a tonic tone means a sound or a tone, a 5-note scale. And you're familiar with this scale, I think. Anyway, we've used it in band. So if I play those 5 notes going up, so let's start by playing just some long notes. Let's play C all together, D, E, jump up to G, and then to A. C, D, E, G, A. So let's now try that a little bit faster. You can remember those notes. Let's do it. So C, D, E, G, A. Here we go. 3, 4. Great. Now can we do it backwards? Forget the upper C for now. We're going to come down from A, G, E, D, C. Starting from A. Here we go. One more time from the A coming down. 3, 4. Okay, now if you look at the music, if you've got it there, you can see that the top C or the upper C is there as well. So actually, to do the whole complete scale, we always start on the lower, we always play the top note of the starting note. So if we start on C or our home note, we go up to the upper C and then come back down and finish on our home note again. So the whole scale as it's written here is, let's sing it first actually, C, D, E, G, A, C, A, G, E, D, C. And there's a bit of a finger pattern there, isn't there? Apart from D, all the other fingers, let's see if you can see it like this, go C, D, E, G, A, C, A, G, E, D, C. Da, 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 da. So it's quite an easy finger pattern actually. So I'm going to play the whole thing slowly. 3, 4. I'm going to play it a bit quicker. And if you can work on getting up to that speed, that's going to be great, because every time you get that pattern, that finger pattern in a tune, it's going to be really easy for you. This is also a really useful scale for improvising because it sounds great with a lot of different chords, and you can't really go wrong if you stick to playing a pentatonic scale. Now if you look at the next one, this is major. The one we just did is major pentatonic on C, related to C major. The next one down, the minor pentatonic on A, relates to A minor, or very kind of similar to A Dorian. It's basically, look at it, same notes as the ones we were just doing, but instead of starting on C, C is the second note, and we start on a low A before it. All the other notes are the same. A, C, D, E, G, A, G, E, D, C, A. So let's play that slowly, starting on low A. Here we go. And of course it's got that same finger pattern near the top as well. So those two scales, the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic, are really useful. So do practice those from your sheet. Okay, let's take that sheet away. I wanted to just quickly look at another scale, another useful scale though, from Team Brass, page 28, right in the middle there. You've got your C major scale, which you know already. Let's just play that quickly. Now forget the pentatonic, you've got to play all your notes all the way up and all the way down. Here we go, big breath. Great, now the next one down is the chromatic scale. And I think I mentioned this last week. And this, all the notes are written in there, all the fingering is written in. So it shouldn't really be a problem. And again, you know a lot of these notes anyway from playing our music and from playing in band. So on the way up, we have those sharp notes going up. And when it turns around and comes back down again, they're all flat notes instead. So, but they sound the same. That is the key. So it starts on C, our home note, goes up to top C, upper C, and then it ends at the very end, ends on C again, our home note. In between, you've got all these sharp notes and flat notes, but they all sound the same. So the second note is C sharp, which is all three fingers. Look to the end. The second to last note is called D flat. Same note, same sound, all three fingers. And if you had a piano, or you can imagine what a piano looks like, it goes white note, black note, white note, black note. The black note in between the two white notes can either be called a sharp if you're going up, or a flat if you're coming down, but it's the same note because there's only one black note. So I'm just going to play this slowly, and I'm going to leave you to work on this because again it's really useful to know all these notes. Chromatic scale, it comes from a word from ancient Greek language which means colourful, and because you can give all your music colour if you can play all of these different notes. Right, let's play a tune. We were doing Big Mama. Let's see how that's coming on. Got something new for you as well. So Big Mama starts on upper C. And it uses actually the pentatonic scale. I can't find my music. Here it is. Here it is. Big Mama. So it starts on upper C. Remember, it has a rest before you start. So it starts on one and. Here it is. And this uses a pentatonic scale as well. A C minor pentatonic. But you know, you get used to that sound. So let's try, see if we can play this together. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we start. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Three, four, one. Okay, so that's Big Mama. I'm going to leave you to keep working on that one. I'd love to hear it when I see you next time. Okay, before we do Idaho, which we're going to do in a minute, I'm going to ask you to look at a new sheet. Now this is a PDF, so you need to have a look at this on the computer or get it printed off if you can. And this is from the Grade 1 book, because that's where we're at now, Grade 1 level. And there are 3 tunes on this page, Threezy Peasy, March to the Top, and the Football Chant. And these 3 will keep you going for a couple of weeks, well, probably not even that long if you're practicing a lot. They're not that difficult, but they all have one particular thing that they're practicing. Threezy Peasy is all about practicing your finger technique. So getting the coordination between your tongue and your lips and your fingers. It's also in, what's the time signature? It's in 3 in a bar. 3 beats in a bar. 3, 4. So 3, 4, 3 beats in a bar. Moderato, it says. That tells me that it's a medium speed. With a lilt means it's got a little sway to it, which normally if you're in 3, 4, you would have a little sway. It also says at the bottom here, MF, which means medium loud. Moderato, mezzo forte, medium loud. So it's kind of medium, medium, medium. Threezy peasy. So let me see. Before I start, if I was sitting next to you, I would say, could you clap that rhythm for me, please? So first of all, we need to decide how fast we're going to go. What's the pulse for the music? And you've got to imagine bar 1 is very easy, but bar 2's got some quavers in it. So you've got to think of a speed or a tempo that you can play all the music at. So you're not going to suddenly slow down and change the speed, because the pulse has to stay the same. So what about this speed? Do you think you could play it at this speed? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that's probably too fast, don't you? So particularly because we're learning it, we're going to go slow speed first. You can always speed it up later on. So let's do a really slow count in 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now look at the first 3 notes. They're going to fit exactly with 1, 2, 3. They go exactly with the pulse. When you get to the second bar, you've got the quavers on the first beat. So that's going to go. Second bar, 1, 2 would go. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti. And then that's just that bar. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti. Still fits with that pulse. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti. Now if we look at the following 2 bars, bar 3 and 4, you've got quavers to start. So it goes ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. 3 beat note at the end. So once you start to do this before you play it, then when you come to play it, it should be easy. So now let's try and it's saying the TT for the quavers and the ta for the crotchets should help us to say the rhythm before we actually try and play it. So I'm going to keep the pulse. So 1, 2, 3, and I would like you to try and clap the tune over the top, and I will say the TTs and the tas as well. So ready? After 3, 1, 2, 3. Ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, ta. Ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, ta. Now, did you manage to keep up with me? I hope so. What did you notice about the rhythm on the first line and the second line? They are the same, exactly the same, although the music's going in different directions. So you've got a nice pattern. So you can pause the video and have a practice, but we can just go straight in and try and play it together. What note does it start on? It starts on F, and the home note is C. Okay, so those first 3 notes are F, A, C. Okay, So it's one thing getting the rhythm, but then you've got to get your fingers as well. So have a practice, pause the video and have a practice. And now let's try and play it together. Really, really slowly. 1, 2, 3. And hopefully if you just work on that one, you can work on getting it faster. I'm not going to play the others today. I'm going to play these to you next week, March to the Top and the football chant, but you've got a chance to have a go at those without me. Remember, always think of the pulse first, and then think about how the rhythm fits with the pulse, and then think about how the notes fit with the rhythm. You build it up like that, then you'll be able to play it before I even play it to you next time. Okay, so Idaho is the last one. We've done this a few times, haven't we? So I'm just going to play the tune. Haven't got the book, but it's in my head. 1, 2, 1, 2. It goes again. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the head of Idaho. Put the CD on. Well, get the head up to that speed first. Play it with some style like I was doing. Put the CD on, play the head, try the solo, and then you get the head again. Okay, that's it. Signing off for now. See you next time. Bye-bye.